Coaches, come on up. Bill, Gary, Mason. Oh, you up here? All right. While they're walking up here, I'm just going to go ahead and re-thank everybody that's already been thanked, but I appreciate all the board members and the volunteers that just made life easy for us throughout the season. I'd like to thank Mike Kindlesberger. The stress of getting the field painted, you know, I was really stressed about how we were going to get that done, and he stepped up and took it over for us. And I know Jim said he did it by himself, but he had Gavin and Brady down there stretching strings all day with him. So thanks to those boys too. I'd like to thank Mike Baker again for making the longevity awards. I think he said he had about 70 hours into that. And you know, that's really appreciated. Also like to thank him for doing our films. And I'd like to thank Courtney for making the films work. Eric Browning, thank you for running the flag program and speaking, you know, announcing those games when Mickey had to be at the middle school or at the JV games. Who else here? I got my team moms, Jamie Hunt and Chrissy Kindlesberger. If you guys want to come up, I have something for you. Come on up. They handle all the communication with the team, with the parents, when and where to be, because I'm terrible at that. So, but now I don't have to have Jamie telling me what to do anymore. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, one thing that I do stress every year is whether or not we're going to have an announcer. Because without an announcer, you've been to fields where there's, you know, it's kind of quiet and nobody's really getting into it and announcing the kid's name. I know we have the best announcer in the whole state, and he loves doing it. Mickey, it's for you, man. Okay, one other special award or gift I have is for our team water boy, Bryce Kuzmins. Okay, next I'd like to thank my wife for allowing me to spend 13 weeks of the summer down at the field with these guys and many Sundays at the Buckeye Youth meetings and different board meetings, and thank her for making all the shirts that she did for the coaches and the other ones. So. I'd like to thank my coaches. We had a blast. I mean, these are the best group of guys anybody can hang out with and coach these kids, even though we didn't get very far with these guys. They laughed at us every time we tried to get serious. But I want to have a special thanks to Mike Krager. He wasn't sure if he was going to be able to coach this year. And boy, am I glad he did, because what we would have done on defense without him, no one knows. You guys wouldn't know what 5-3, 4-4, diamond, eagle, right? Twist. You wouldn't know any of that stuff, would you? If it wasn't for Coach Krager. Hey, let's hear it for Coach Krager. Okay, before we get to handing out these awards, me and Coach Byers have been together since these guys were in first grade, so I think he has a few things he'd like to say. Coach Byers.
All right, I've given quite a few of these, and now this one, it's the last one, and I don't have anything prepared. I usually do, but this one's just going to kind of wing it. But 7 years these guys were in flag, and now all through the years, and the time flew by, and it's just been amazing to watch you guys play football. We've had some crazy times. We've had some great games, some not so great games, some times where we've had to, walk away with, it kind of stung a little bit, but oh well. I mean, that's football. You win sometimes, you lose sometimes, but over the years, it's just been an amazing ride with you guys, and I don't know how it's going to be when next year when it's time to play football. It's time for practice, and I'm not gonna be there. It's gonna be like what to do. So I'm not quite sure. I'm kind of tongue tied and don't know what to say, but. What I do want to say is that I'm proud of each and every one of you guys, and this by far is probably the best team that I've ever had the pleasure to be around to coach. It's been amazing. You guys are. Hey, listen up. I get a chance to yell at you guys one more time. No. Listen, guys. Seriously, it's for what you guys do, and for we always little Manchester and this and that and the other thing. I always told you guys it didn't matter how big, how tall, how wide. I didn't care. We went out there and we punched them in the mouth every Saturday, right? Yeah. And you guys could continue. When you sixth graders, when you go out there. And you guys continue on, you keep doing the same thing. That's all. You fifth graders, when you guys come up, same thing. Just keep going out there and playing hard. And that's, you guys keep playing hard and good things will happen. So I'm proud of each and every one of you. So give yourself a round of applause.
All right, you guys ready? I have another group to thank, and that's our cheerleaders. They were a big part of our team, cheering us on all the way to the end. Thanks, girls. Even you, Chloe. All right, now to the boys. Guys, it's a wonderful season. Okay, we had a lot of fun, right? Worked hard, learned a lot, right? We learned how to win, we learned how to lose, right? We only lost to Talmadge. I have nightmares of that all the time. Only losing to Talmadge. Yeah, actually, guys, the 2 years that you guys were together, we were 18-4, and we only lost to Talmadge. So be proud of this yourself, guys. That's pretty impressive. We did play the strongest schedule that anybody played this year. So be proud of what you accomplished, even if we did fall short in the championship game. I still had a lot of fun. Hope you did too. You want to come up, Eric, and talk? Eric got his tooth busted, so. Eric did get his tooth busted, but it wasn't in the game. You don't headbutt without your helmet on. So, learn that. So, all right, here we go. We're going to start with the 5th grade. Okay, first up is Merrick Baker. Merrick, the funny story about Merrick is we were playing, I think it was Norton, and we needed a quarterback to go into the varsity game. I said, Merrick, you're up. He looked at me and turned white as a ghost. And I'm like, you'll be fine. He did a good job. Oh, this guy decided to go and get injured in school playing flag football, I believe. Totally unnecessary. But he did tell me that he's clear to play this week, so. Nico's good. Nico Bielik. Oh boy. This crazy kid. Do I need to say any more? Crazy kid, Mikey Vico. Hey. Pound for pound. Whew. Tough kid. Brody Browning. Brody, before he started getting his head injured, he played some serious nose guard for us and really worked us out in practice really well. Look forward to seeing what he does next year. I'm going to have to get him an extra padded helmet though. Malachi here? All right, well, let's skip him. Oh, boy. Hunter Evans. Hunter, he played a little bit of quarterback at the beginning of the year and moved to running back. He helped us out in when we had some injuries playing safety in the varsity game. Did a real good job. I really hope that you get a new helmet next year. I'll make sure you get a new helmet next year, okay? He asked me every day for a new helmet. No.
Didn't work.
His helmet didn't work. Oh, this guy, I like this guy a lot. He says absolutely nothing. He just looks at you and smiles, and then looks at you and smiles, and I always say, how you doing? And he just nods. Gavin Gindelsberger. He really stepped up and filled in that guard position for us this year. He had we told him in the championship game he's going to have a handful, and he did a good job, never complained, he did a wonderful job for us. Thanks, Gavin. Cam Hostler. Cam might be the shiftiest hostler there is. He's definitely fast. That's not nice, Cody. Well, hey, that's yet to be determined. We'll see next year, okay? When he's on the big stage, right? He did score at Northwest, though. The only touchdown we had against Talmadge all year. So, good job, buddy. Oh, here was the first year guy. Came to us and hadn't really no idea what he was doing. And he, by the end of the year, I mean, you talk about 100%, he tried and gave it his all and did a really nice job. I look forward to seeing him next year. That's Patrick Jacobs.
Yeah, everything's way over there.
I'll say that one. Yeah, save the worst for last.
Yes.
Come on, Sherman. It's slipping. Oh, here it is. Oh. No, I won't say that. Sometimes, you know, when you coach, you got like 36 kids. I think that's what we have. It's hard not to like pick favorites, but you guys are all my favorites. But there's a few of you I like picking on more than any, just because they gave it back. You know who it is. Come on, Jake. Jake is an outstanding football player. 110% in practice every night. He didn't get anything. He promises he's not going to fumble next year at all, right? Or he's going to give up his trophy. Oh my goodness! This is my little buddy who loves to play every position, and we had so much fun sticking him in and out of the games, and you know, we put him in one at lineman, and he comes out and he's like, I think I want to do this, and we try him there, and he never just complains in and out, and he's gonna do really well if he sticks with it. That's Jake McCracken. It's funny how when Mickey announced that linemen get to eat first, you jumped up and said, I'm a lineman.
Yeah, I can see you play wrong.
Okay, Colton Miller. Nothing to say. You want the mic? What do you got to say, Colton?
Jacob is terrible. That's my first thing. And I already know who the last one is, and it's obviously Jace because he's terrible.
Colton was our running back, defensive back, and after every practice we get together in a huddle, and he always raised his hand like he had a question, but whatever came out was never a question. No one ever made sense of whatever he was saying. Yeah, like he would say, hi, my name's Colton. Like we don't know that.
Ben, stop messing around.
Matthew Powell. Another fifth grader who really worked hard, stepped up, was willing to play anywhere we could put him, guard, tackle, nose guard, played, tried long snapping. Real proud of Matthew's effort. I know his dad got on him about mid-season saying he's getting lazy, but I don't think he got lazy. Matthew did a good job.
Although I will say one thing about Matthew though, Jan, Mickey, we are going to send you guys a bill for all the tape that we used on Matthew. It's in the mail. Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, buy him some new gloves.
I'd rather owe it to you than cheat you out of it.
Okay, the next one is I don't think I could have made it through the season without this guy fixing all my plays and making sure that I say them right. Definitely my assistant coach, Tyler Pappas. Tyler did a fantastic job leading the team this year, and I can't wait to see him back next year. Oh boy. Like father, like son. Owen, come on up. Owen was definitely the hardest practicing player we had. He practiced so hard that everybody just was complaining that Owen doesn't quit after the whistle. No, and one of the dads told one of their sons that everybody needs to practice like Owen. Okay, Owen made this whole team better, and he earned himself a starting spot on the defense, and he did a fantastic job. Good job, Owen. I believe this is another first-year player. You know, we don't do, you know, all kinds of different awards, but if I could give this kid an award for just being a good teammate, good listener, soaked it all in, got better every single night. Did not play a lot of offense. I think he might have only played one snap of offense, maybe two, but I believe he led the team in interceptions. That's Gavin Rouse. Oh, and he told me his brother's playing football next year too, right?
You better.
All right, my offensive line coach up next. Tyler Sherman. Tyler was always communicating with us, telling us what the defensive line was doing so we could try to make adjustments. Suffered with some bad ankle problem early on, but fought through it, and he did a fantastic job. Very proud of him as a team leader of the line. Look forward to seeing him back next year and doing it all again. Thanks, Tyler. This kid probably would lead the entire state in holding penalties if the refs didn't like him so much. He holds because he gets held, so that's okay. But Brody Souls, Brody is a trooper, man. He fights and fights. He gets mad like nobody I've ever seen. He gets so mad. 1 week Brody doesn't want to play football, and then the next week he can't get enough of it. He's going to be a force next year. And I think you had a touchdown this year, didn't you? That was pretty sweet. You feel it? Cody, did you ever throw a touchdown?
You need to step up.
Hey, have you ever knocked the end on his shoulder blades?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not him.
Hey, Cody, that's a goal.
Oh, this guy right here, man. We talk about loving football. I believe this kid loves football more than anybody. He just so excited, and every time he did something good, which was most of the time, he would come tell me. After every practice, he'd come tell me what he's going to do next time better. I look forward to seeing this kid. Whew, he's just gonna be a beast. Richie Swain. Is he done yet? Woo. How about this kid? One day at practice, I was looking for a defensive end, and I'm looking around, and of course, when you say I need an end, everybody's an end, because that's everybody's favorite position to play. But I put him in and told him what to do, and he did exactly what I said to do, and he did it again and again and again. And anybody who watched our JV games, be ready to watch him next year, because he did a fantastic job. Joey Walker. And he might get to play two back next year. We'll see. Good job. Should I share that? He kissed a goat head wearing a pig's mask at camp. See, you guys don't know. This is the stuff we get to hear every night. It's so fun. Is that it? Oh, I got one more fifth grade. My little buddy Zach, come on up here. Zach would come to me every practice and come right up to me and say, "Hey, you want to fight?" I said, "No, I don't fight girls." And then he kept messing with me until he got caught. Right? Zach had a wonderful season. When Yaden went out, he had to step in and fill in and play safety and learn it fast. And there's a lot of different coverages that he had to learn and call out the defense, pass coverages, and he did a good job. He's going to be fantastic next year too. Good job, buddy. Oh, jeez.
Another one?
Yeah, I got two here. That's all right. I'll just.
Let's have a big round of applause for the fifth graders.
Let's start off with Mr. Hunter Anderson. Hunter has been with us for 6 years. After the first year, I wasn't sure if he was going to come back. He told me he was going to be on American Idol and become a singer. Do you remember telling me that? At the Wax Museum? Dolly? Jim? I remember that. But I'm glad that he came back. Here's something interesting about Hunter. He's played our JV center for the past 3 years, maybe longer, I don't know. He stepped up and played some end this year. But I don't believe that we had a single fumbled snap the entire season. And how many practice snaps do you take in practice, Hunter? Yeah, maybe one or two. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, the varsity didn't do that. We fumbled a lot of snaps. So good job, buddy. Oh man, remember this kid? When this kid came up from flag football, after sitting on his mom's lap crying all the time, and became a head hunter. Probably one of the smallest linebackers we've ever had, but definitely did an awesome job for us this year. He stepped up and played the fullback position, which took right over for Yaden again, and couldn't be more proud of him. Drew Byers. Sure. Ian, how you feeling? Stomach hurt? Head hurt? Feet hurt? But you're okay, right? Come on up here. Ian, he would always start off practice, start running, start doing sprints, and he'd come to me, "Coach, I think I'm going to throw up." I tell him, "Go throw up." 2-3 minutes later, he'll come back and say, I think I'm fine, I'm ready to go. And he would just get in there and start doing a good job. Ian really stepped up and played the defensive end position really well, had many sacks, a couple fumble recoveries. Real proud of you, Ian. Boy, we could have used you this year, but unfortunately, things didn't work out for you. But we had some great years playing together, AJ. AJ was our center. If anybody noticed our season, we struggled at the center position to find that lock that spot down. And like I said, we could have used him. And I know he wanted to play and would have been playing. but he wasn't able to. But he still stayed with the team and supported his brother. So, good job, AJ. Whenever I come home from practice, if I smell like sweat, there's a reason. It's not because I'm working out or working hard. It's because in every practice, somebody decides that they want to rub their head all over my arm. My little buddy, we've had a lot of fun years together, and I've enjoyed watching you play, and I'm going to miss you a lot, but I'm still going to come watch you play. Evan? Evan's probably the smallest defensive lineman in the Buckeye Youth Football, and you guys all seen what he did. Yeah. Okay, this is another player that plays every position or wants to play every position. Trevor, come on up here. Trevor, he doesn't understand how good he really is because he thinks he's going to be a punter or a field goal kicker or center. I mean, he can long snap. He can do it all, but I don't know how he's going to do it all when he's most likely going to be somewhere in the backfield taking care of the football. So, hey, it was a lot of fun, buddy. Good job. All right, my fullback, Jay Smarter. Come on up here. Jace, at the beginning of the year, the coaches were talking about, hang right here, buddy. We got to talk about you a little bit, okay? Let's talk about you. At the beginning of the year, the coaches were talking about, hey, well, maybe we should just leave Margaret at guard this year. He did such a good job. And I'm like, there's no way we're going to do that to him, right? This boy's been dying to run the ball, and we're going to let him run the ball. And he did it. Cody tried, trust me. But Jace did a great job. He played middle linebacker for us, middleman down, non-stop motor, does a great job. Very proud of him. Can't wait to see what he does at the next level. Good job, buddy. Boy, I'm glad this kid came back to football. Whew. He started with the D team, decided early on that it wasn't for him, and then we didn't see him again. And every year, I'd run into him, he'd say, I think I'm going to play football again. I think I'm going to. And we're like, come on, let's go. Well, he finally, as a sixth grader, decided to come out and play football, and boy, did he catch up quick. He played some tackle for us, some guard, defense. I hope that you stick with football because you're exceptional. And that's Eric Weemat. Still mad at this kid. Boy, things might have been a little different. Maybe, maybe not. But I sure missed him. Had to leave the season early to get his shoulder worked on. Very frustrating for him, I know, because he loved football and he was having a fantastic season. Hopefully he recovers fully, back to wrestling, back to football, baseball. Yaden Sharp. Oh, here's another one that, after taking a vacation, decided to come back. Well, I'm glad he did. Cam Shanley, ultimate sacrifice for our team. Cam battled with some really bad feet problem early on. Came to practice, still tried. Even through the pain, he tried, and he did a good job. Cam, stay right here. Cam, when we needed him to slide over to center, he never complained. I know he didn't like it. I know that wasn't his thing. You know, I tried to, you know, reward him by letting him run the ball a little bit. Didn't get to as much as I wanted to because we needed him at that position. He moved to outside linebacker this year. I believe that was new for you. He's the real deal. He's going to be a good linebacker. Good job, Cam.
Good job, Cam.
This kid, all he wanted to do was score a touchdown. And he tried. He tried, he was close, he tripped over his own feet. But it wasn't for a lack of trying. He also played our varsity defensive end, and really, when you got a player like Zach Smith, that you know you can tell him what to do, and he just does it over and over. It takes a lot off the coaches from having to keep an eye on that position. He didn't get to play a lot of offense this year, so like I said, we put him in the JV game, and he almost scored a touchdown. But very proud of you, Zach. Smack. Absolutely the biggest pain in the butt kid to coach. Look. Hey, you can ask. That's not for coming from me, because I gave up. I don't even try to coach. You can ask all the rest of the coaches, his basketball coaches, his baseball coaches. Okay. Somebody needs to knock him on his butt. No, Jace did a good job. He played, started with a quarterback for us and stepped over out of the way so Tyler could take over and move to the ex-receiver and did a good job there. Caught a few extra points, a couple touchdowns. And he is way faster when he's being chased than when he's chasing somebody. We've learned that, okay? Played corner and did a good job. Good job, buddy.
Good job, Chase.
Nick Stagger's not here, he's in camp. Here's another one that doesn't say much. But if you pay attention, he's always saying something. You don't see it, he's really sneaky. Kid's got a great pair of hands, works really hard, tries to do everything you ask him to do. Played defensive end, played tight end. Definitely loved it when we called his number. Zeke Sunbury. Mace, come on up, dude. Me and Mace been together for 7 years too. He started off with us. Mason started out at center, moved to tackle, had a little bit of a frustrating time here and there, but we talked about him getting quicker, and I hope that he sticks with football because he's definitely the strongest kid on the team. Well, one of the strongest kids. I mean, wins the king of the board. Very proud of his effort and really appreciate coaching you, buddy. Did we miss anybody?
I need a cupcake.
Oh, that's it.
Oh.
Alright, go. You have a question? Go ahead with another question.
Coach Souls. Coach Souls coached our defense, helped out tremendously with preparing the team box and getting these kids fired up and coaching our defensive backs. He's one that can tell you that my kids are pain. Coach Kotz. He's so fun to coach with. Always got a smile on his face, passionate about these kids. Love to see them all doing good. Look forward to him coming back next year. And he helped Cody on the offensive side of the JV and did a fantastic job.
It's called Ellie.
Coach Livingston. Hey, he was like our drill sergeant, right? He didn't let us get away with much. None of the cheating that you guys tried to pull. JV defense was always trying to cheat. Yeah, always. Actually, it was actually our offense that was trying to cheat, and he always called us out on it. So he did a good job keeping the boys in line and running the drills with us. Had a good time with him. Oh, absolutely. Thank you for the lights. Somebody pay him. Coach Byers, my buddy. Hey, Coach Byers, man, he got us going, didn't he? Every week, every night, got us fired up, got us into our game mode. Okay, talked to you guys a lot about what it means to win and what it means to take care of the football. No penalties. Okay, it's been a pleasure coaching with you for all these years, and maybe you won't be done. Maybe you will. Palich, Coach Mason Palich. Mace came down and helped us this year. It was a lot of fun. We had to, talk him out of like not getting in there and actually playing a few times because we're like, wait, Mace, you're a freshman now, so back off a little bit. But he did a good job. Yeah, he eats during practice, so. Thanks, buddy. What about Cody? Cody, the lunatic. Cody's got to learn like I did, and he will eventually once he gets thrown out of a game or two, and then he isn't allowed to be there, and he's going to be like, man, I better keep my mouth shut.
I thought I was bad.
You are. But Cody's another one that's really passionate about driving this game, teaching this game to these kids the proper way. I coached Cody when he was in second grade. He was a quarterback. Yeah. He did real well because he works hard. Okay? And he made you guys all work hard. So, good job, Cody. Go sit down. You guys can sit. Coaches, you got to come back up. Yep. We do longevity awards first. These are awards for the kids who have been in the program 6 or 7 years. We had 11 kids make it all the way through. That's pretty remarkable. We didn't make any of them quit. Yaden Sharp, 7 years. Very nice, buddy. Hunter Anderson, 6 years. Good job, buddy. Jay Smallger, another 6-year player. Or 5, maybe. I don't know. 5 or 6. It's a long time. Zach Smith. Trevor Kuzmins. That's you, man. Jay Speedy. 6 years. Don't have to put up with me anymore. Evan Kuzmins. Hey, you guys, can you come stand up here with your plaques, please, so we can get a picture? Have them just stay up here. Mason Weimer, another 6-year player. Who's down there in front of the coaches? Good job. Ian Galloway. Good job. Drew Byers. And AJ Hunt.
Try to scoot you in this way. We can get pictures.
You guys want to get pictures? Just want to say thank you to the parents. I know I'm not perfect by any means, but it's been a blast coaching these kids for all these years, and I really appreciate the memories that they've helped make. I hope they have a lot of memories of us and continue to play football so we can watch them play on Friday night and say we taught them everything they know. Even though we know that's not true. But thank you all.
All right, good job, boys.
All right, I think we'll start off with, what do you want to start with, Coach Gregor?
Dude, I'm pretty sure this is actually my old dinosaur.
You do. All right, every year we have to pick out these special awards for the 6th graders. Even though this year there was plenty of 5th graders' names that were in the mix for these awards. Picking these awards was really difficult because so many of these kids are so outstanding and work really hard. To come to practice every night after school and do what we ask them to do it's a huge undertaking for them. And us trying to keep them liking it and enjoying it. So unfortunately we have to only pick one when we probably could pick the whole team. Our outstanding offensive player this season, he really saved me quite a few times. Kick returns, reversing the field on his own. I always say when it's 4th and long, just pitch it to Trevor. This offensive award goes to Trevor Company. Coach Gregor's going to do the defensive award.
Yeah, I try to get away from it. It's not my friend. But defensive award, we had a great defense this year. It's hard to pick one. We had a couple different kids that were up for this award, and I had to narrow it down to one. If it wasn't a linebacker, then it's a D lineman, my secondary. They all played great. This kid, though, I think he's the smallest defensive nose guard I've ever had, and he played terrific. Evan Cusmas.
All right, I get to do the next one. This award's for our most improved player. We had quite a few most improved players, and we rattled names back and forth and talked about what this one did, what that one did, and how this one grew and that one grew. We could have definitely gave this to maybe the whole team from week 1 till week 13 or whatever it was we were in, or 12. You guys all grew to become improved players. But one kid that kind of just nudged out everybody that we thought really stepped his game up this year and truly helped the team was Ian Galloway.
Yep.
Oh boy, here's another one that was tough. Director's Award. When we picked the Director's Award, you know, the Director's Award goes out to the player that we feel contributes day in and day out, never causes a problem, never is a distraction. When we say focused, he's already focused. A good kid in the community, good to his teammates, never says anything bad about anybody unless he does it about us knowing. We find out we're in big trouble. And really that, again, is pretty much this whole team. I mean, you parents have done a wonderful job of raising fantastic young men. I mean, just a pleasure to coach. I mean, very little back talk. Sure, it's not that way at home, but and we didn't have to make kids run this year. We didn't have to make kids do tons of push-ups. Every once in a while, we had to fire them up. But again, back to the Director's Award that we could have given to, like I said, 20 kids. There was one kid that we just felt deserved it, and he means a lot to us, and he means a lot to his teammates. That's Zeke Sunbury. All right, we have one more award to give out, and I'd like to bring up a special guest. He's a guest and he's an uncle, but Rick Caterly's going to come up. Thanks for coming, Rick. Love to have you.
I'd like to thank Eddie and the rest of the board for having me here tonight, and the rest of my family. It's an honor to be here with you guys. And I want to congratulate the boys and the girls for having another outstanding season. Give them one more round of applause, please. Some of you may know who my dad was, others may not, but he was on the very first Manchester Pee Wee football team that ever played in Manchester. It was coached by Charlie Miller. He was a 10-year-old that started on the 13-year-old team. And he ended up playing on the very last team that Sweet Olson ended up coaching here at Manchester. And after that, he ended up coaching with guys like Jim Morehart, like Danny Six, Mike Farmer, those guys that were down here that really were a foundation for this program for over 40 years and somehow 3 generations. It still baffles my mind how that happened. So when we were told that this award, which was previously named the Sweet Olson Award, was going to be changed to the Rick Caterly Award after he passed away, my family and I were speechless, to say the least. It was the biggest honor that he could have ever had, and he'd have told you that he didn't deserve it, and then he wouldn't have been able to speak afterwards because he'd have been a blubbering idiot after that. But, this is a really special award because it ends up going to somebody, and it's almost more of a 5-year award or a 7-year award. This is something, you don't just kind of walk into this award. You earn it over time. And like I said, this is the most prestigious award that Manchester Youth Football gives out. So I appreciate you having me here to help give this away. To give you a little bit of an example as to how much Dad loved this program and how much Dad was associated with this program, when it ended up passing away, we were driving past Lockhart Field in a funeral procession to end up going to Manchester Cemetery. And the hearse ended up taking a right and went into
Lockhart Field. It was a day like today, it was just nasty. And I went down there, and I never came back. And we were thinking, I'm thinking to myself, oh man, this is bad. First I thought, this is great. He's gonna take one more trip around Lockhart and come back out. Then I got to thinking, well, we're gonna have to push a hearse out of the mud. This is gonna be bad news. But I went down there, and finally, we ended up seeing the hearse come that long road from all the way down on the other end. And it came up, and it ended up taking a ride out of there, and we didn't have to push anything out. But the driver ended up coming up to me at the cemetery, and he said, listen, I knew your dad. And I said, oh yeah, how? He said, I was an official. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. He said, no, your dad only yelled at me when I deserved it. He just thought I deserved it a lot. And he said, but I knew I had to go take a right and go into Lockhart, and I knew if I was going in there, I ended up having to go all the way down to the back where he coached for 40 some odd years down there. And that meant a lot to us, but some of you guys are going to end up leaving that kind of a mark on this program. And some of the folks on this award are going to leave that mark on this program later on. And I think one of the coolest things about this award is that last year's winner is the one that comes here this year to give it away. So to give away the 2018 Rick Caterly Award, could you please put your hands together for the 2017 award winner, Cody Hostel.
This award is named after Mr. Rick Caterly. I was lucky enough to not only win this award, but to personally know Mr. Caterly, as he was my neighbor. Anyone who knew Mr. Caterly knew he loved Manchester, loved football, and loved being a Panther. This year's award winner is going to someone who exemplifies what it truly means to be a Panther. He puts 100% effort into practices and games. He plays any position that is asked from him and sacrifices personal stats for the benefit of the team. His leadership on both sides of the ball is a great example for the rest of his teammates. The 2018 Rick Caterly Award winner is Cam Shanley.
All right, I just gotta say one last thing. It was great coaching you guys. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you guys grow into young men, start driving, start doing real life things. Thank you guys. You guys are the best.
Oh my boy.
Whoa!
That kid's down. That kid's a sick.
The door slammed me. But anyways, good job guys, great season. We got 2 trophies down in the locker room to be proud of. You guys can go down there and maybe one day you'll take your kids down there and show them that you were part of that. Okay, be proud, and because we're all proud of you. Thanks guys.